Assalamu alaikum viewers. We have a scheduled live session today, and that is titled as Study in UK with Ulster University. Today we have Kirsty Winter, who is Global Recruitment and Engagement Officer of Ulster University, for this discussion. Hello, Kirsty. How are you?
Hi there, I'm great, thank you. It's so lovely to be here to speak with you all today about Ulster University and studying in the UK and everything that entails. So thank you for having me.
Okay. Firstly, I want to know why a student choose Ulster University rather than other universities.
Yeah, of course. Well, I suppose we can start by talking about why a student would choose Northern Ireland as a destination, apart from many other destinations in the UK, and then move into why specifically Ulster. So, as everyone is aware, the UK as a whole has internationally recognised universities and courses, and we provide a really high quality education here. Northern Ireland is a small country, but we do make up for it in opportunity, and the opportunities here are vast. The job opportunities available here, particularly as we leave the pandemic, some of our best industries, our most highest growing industries include the ICT sector, creative and digital media industries, renewable energy, advanced manufacturing and engineering, and life and health sciences. And we offer all of those options as courses as well. Belfast is the world's most business-friendly city of its size, and we have almost 900 international companies who've decided to open their business here. We are very welcoming people. Everyone agrees with that who comes to visit the country, and hopefully you can see that through me as well. And we're said to be the happiest people in the UK, which is always good. So moving on to particularly why Ulster University. Well, we are a young, dynamic, innovative university based in Northern Ireland, and we have 4 campuses that actually spread right across the country. As I said, it's not a big country, so it doesn't take a considerable amount of time to get from one campus to the other. But having a multi-campus university spread across the whole of Northern Ireland is really unique, and it's unique to us. We have students from over 100 countries who choose to study with us every year, and a student population of 24,000 students approximately, making us the largest university in Ireland and one of the largest in the UK. You can really find us at the centre of everything. We have 2 airports in Belfast. We have one in Derry as well, where one of our campuses, the Mba campus, is located. So it's really easy to get from Northern Ireland to the rest of the UK, if you wish, or Europe or beyond. And in regards to, Ulster University and our teaching, it's really at the highest level, with 94% of our graduates in work or further study after leaving university.
Okay, then Belfast could be a good destination for an international student, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Belfast is a really vibrant city. I'm actually in Belfast right now, so I live in Belfast. It's a really affordable city, which is always great as a student or as a working professional. It's one of the most affordable cities in the UK. And as I said, we have so many international companies here, so there's lots of opportunities for jobs, but we're also a real startup community. So there are hundreds and hundreds, thousands, I'm going to say, startups in Northern Ireland. We're a really entrepreneurial country. So if you are business focused and business minded, this is a really good place for you to come and study.
Okay, Kirsty, we all know that Ulster is a multi-campus university. It has a campus in London and Birmingham also. Could you please tell me about that?
Yeah, of course. So our main home campuses, we have 4 campuses here in Northern Ireland. That is Belfast, so that's our city centre campus. And actually, this September we are opening a brand new city centre campus. We're so excited about it. We're in the building process for a number of years now, so that's right in the city centre. We're building brand new accommodation alongside that as well. So that's really exciting time for us. We've also got our Jordanstown campus. That at the moment that is our biggest campus, but a lot of our courses will be moving into Belfast. Some will be staying in Jordanstown also. Then we've got our Coleraine campus, and that's situated on our beautiful north coast. And if you are a Game of Thrones fan, you'll notice a lot of the scenery around there. A lot of the Game of Thrones was filmed up in and around where our campus is in Coleraine. If you're into
Okay, Kasti, we have our first question.
Oh, great.
That is already showed in our screen. How much does it cost to live in Belfast as a student?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, the cost of living here is considerably lower than the rest of the UK. That's down to a number of factors, but mainly because we are on the island of Ireland. So we're slightly separate from the rest of the UK. So it just makes things a little bit cheaper here for us. In terms of how much things cost, so for your accommodation, you're looking at anywhere from £110 up, and it really depends on what you're looking for. In terms of transportation, you probably not need to get transportation to far journeys. It's likely you're going to be able to stay in your accommodation and walk straight to campus. But if you do, there is a great train and bus service, and prices are really reasonable for that as well. In regards to food, you'd be looking at paying around £20-25 per week. The great thing about living in student accommodation is you're all cooking together, so you're saving money in that sense as well. And for a phone contract, you're looking at around £20 per month.
Okay, that is very reasonable, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's really reasonable. I think because Northern Ireland is such a small country, it doesn't take a long time to get around, when you're not paying extortionate amounts on train fees or bus fees or anything like that.
It's almost near to Ireland, right?
Northern Ireland? Yeah. So Northern Ireland is on the island of Ireland. So we're just at the top of the island of Ireland. And so, yes, we are part of the island of Ireland. So absolutely. We're only at around 2 hours by train to Dublin from Belfast.
Okay. Could you please tell me about your available intake?
Yes, so we have 2 intakes. In September and January. So our main intake is September, but we do have a number of courses available for January entry. It's mainly our master's courses that are available for January.
So there is no there is no undergrad course in January, right?
No, it's all postgraduate courses in January. Our undergraduate courses start in September.
Okay, it's a great information for our student that your main intake is September intake.
It is. But January is another great option as well. If you are a master's student and you're looking to hold off for a couple of months, January is another good option.
Okay. Can you tell me your program details, please?
Yeah, of course. So we have a really, really wide range of courses, as I'm sure you're aware as well. And that's everything from our foundation programs right through to undergraduate, postgraduate, and our research opportunities as well. So our courses, our faculties, we have 4 faculties. I'll start with the Ulster Business School. So the Ulster Business School it's the largest in Ireland, and we have a wide range of courses available, including MBA, accountancy and finance, international management, marketing. We also have tourism and hospitality, and we are first in the UK for tourism and hospitality. That is down to a number of factors, the incredible teaching that we have here, but also the amazing hospitality and tourism opportunities available in Northern Ireland. And we also have culinary arts course, and we have our own restaurant on the Belfast campus as well. And then moving on to our arts, humanities and social sciences. So For this school, we have incredibly high rates of student satisfaction, and we're ranked in the top 10 for art and design and top 20 for law, social work and education. And we recently opened the Ulster Screen Academy. I think I mentioned earlier, but film production, TV is one of the fastest growing industries here in Northern Ireland. I think we have maybe 3 Hollywood movies being filmed here at the moment, so it's really incredible. So we've just recently opened the Ulster Screen Academy. We're second in the UK for film and photography. And then moving on to computing, engineering and the built environment faculty. We, again, incredibly high rates of student satisfaction here, and we have everything from all of your engineering courses, such as mechanical, civil, biomedical, manufacturing, architecture, land and property management, data science, which is one of our most popular courses here at Ulster University. It's an absolutely amazing course. Artificial intelligence and Internet of Things, again, 2 really popular courses, and it's all to do with how quick those industries are expanding and the job opportunities available within those 2. And then finally, our life and health sciences faculty, and again, incredibly high rates of student satisfaction. We have everything from nursing. We have a number of nursing courses available. We also have one of 3 competence test centres here at Ulster University. So if you are an international nurse and you're looking to move to the UK and start to work here, you'll likely go through our competence test centre, and our courses will help prepare you for that as well. We also recently opened our brand new medical school, which is really exciting. It's opened on our Mba campus in Derry, Londonderry. We've also got pharmacy and pharmacology. We're first in the UK for that. Optometry, we're second in the UK. Biomedical sciences and sports sciences, and everything in between. And just to say that many of our postgraduate courses, particularly our business courses and some of our computing courses, have the option to extend to a 2-year master's. So that'll either be an advanced practice option or an applied research option. And the advanced practice option includes a 3-month placement opportunity as well. So lots of opportunity here at Ulster, and I think we can probably find something for everyone in terms of our courses.
Okay, Kasti, can you tell me from your experience what are the popular courses that most of the international students want to go?
Yeah, so of course we have our MBA courses, which is always going to be popular. Our international business as well, another really popular course. Marketing and human resources, again, really popular. If you move to life and health sciences, our nursing courses are extremely popular. And pharmacy also, no less, because we're first in the UK, so we know we're going to be getting a fantastic education there. Our data science course, as well, as I mentioned before, is extremely popular, and that is one of the courses that I mentioned earlier, so that has the option to extend to 2 years. So really good opportunity there. You can either do a 1-year option or a 2-year option. And the 2 years includes an applied research element.
I think computer science is one of the most important courses that international students always want to go. There is lots of computer sciences subject available in your university. I already see that. That is, it can be game development or computer science advanced manufacturing course. So it also a valuable course in terms of your university.
Yeah. So you're absolutely right. Computer science is so popular here, and that has a lot to do with Northern Ireland as a whole as well. Our graduates have so many opportunities in Northern Ireland, specifically in Belfast. It's one of the fastest growing computing cities in the UK. I think it's second to London, which is obviously much bigger than we are. So we're doing really, really well. So yeah, our computer science course that launched a couple of years ago. Data science has been going on for many years. Artificial intelligence and Internet of Things, also really fast growing courses and industries here. those are all very popular courses for us, absolutely.
Okay, now tell me about the tuition fees and the scholarship opportunities.
Yeah, of course, no problem. So for our tuition fees, so most of our courses start at £14,910. They will be slightly higher for our 2-year master's option, so it's worth asking one of our representatives about any specific courses that you have in mind. However, we do have a number of scholarship opportunities available. So for our undergraduate students, we have a £2,000 scholarship per year, per year of study. For our master's students, we have a £2,000 scholarship as well. And for both of those options, that's a guaranteed scholarship if you meet all of the university's academic and English language requirements. There are other opportunities available. For example, we were talking about data science earlier. There is a £3,000 scholarship opportunity, a number of scholarship opportunities available for that course. It's well worth speaking to a representative about your specific course to see what options are available, but there will always be the guaranteed £2,000.
Okay. So kindly tell me the academic requirement and English language requirement for those students who want to go to Ulster University for undergrad and postgrad.
Of course, no problem. So for our undergrad students, we look for a diploma from Bangladesh Technical Education Board with overall 75%, or a 2-year bachelor degree with a minimum overall mark of 50%. For our postgraduate students or master's students, we ask for a master's degree when following a 3 or 4-year bachelor degree from a recognised public institution, or the successful completion of a 4-year bachelor degree from a recognised institution. And we do ask for our courses that require a 2-2, we ask for a minimum of 70%. 55%. For our courses that are 2-1, we ask for a minimum of 70%. All of that information is available on our website. I appreciate I went through that quite quickly. So all you need to do is Google Ulster University Bangladesh, and you'll see all of those requirements on our website. And in regards to Ielts, so typically we ask for a 6.0, no band less than 5.5 for Ielts. And we do accept a number of equivalent English language tests. And so again, well worth checking out our website for that.
Okay. You have a university internal admission test, right?
So we have recently launched the Ulster University password English language test. So that's what we use internally. So I understand it's very difficult to get an Ielts test at the moment. So this is another great option for you. So it comes at a cost of £70. You buy it directly from us, and then you choose your own date and time to take the test. And the test is available 24/7, 7 days a week. You can do it from home, which is great. And it's very similar to an Ielts. So you'll be used to the kind of format and structure of an Ielts. It's very, very similar to that. But if you do decide to take that test, we will help you by giving you a practice test to run through, but also lots of information in regards to what happens in each section of that test. So we'll support you throughout that also.
Okay,
just to mention as well, the last date to be able to purchase that test is the 30th of July, and that's because we want to make sure that you have all of your grades back in time for our final application date or final dates. So yeah, so the last date you can take that or you can purchase the test is 30th of July.
Okay, could you please tell me the pattern of the password test? Any types of pattern or any types of guideline that you want to mention for our students?
Yeah, of course. Let me get that up for you so I'm telling you exactly the right thing just to make sure.
You can also share your screen as well.
Oh, perfect. Let me see. I'll just read it. that's fine. So again, if you need this information sent by email, do let us know, and I'll share my email details at the end of the session. But the test is in one part, technically split into two, but it's in one part. So you'll sit down and do the whole test in one part, and that's 3 hours and 5 minutes. So you'll start with the password reading section. It consists of 5 sections where there's one reading password included. It takes around 1 hour 15 minutes, but 15 minutes to complete that section. You'll then move on to the writing section, and that takes around 30 minutes, and it tests your ability to write an essay. On the next part, so you'll have a quick break in the middle there, and then you'll move on to the listening section, which you have 1 hour to complete, and then the speaking section, which takes around 20 minutes. So altogether, around 3 hours 5 minutes to take that test. You will be proctored during your test, so we use a company called ProctorU who will be on the other side of your screen to help guide you through the test and assist with any technical difficulties that you might have too. So there will always be someone there to support you throughout your whole test also.
Okay. Can you please tell me about the result procedure of the password test? If a student get 5.5, one band is 5, then what would be you offer for that particular student?
So in regards to the password test itself, so we it's marked in exactly the same way as an Ielts. So we're looking for typically a 6.0 overall, no band less than 5.5. So if you get that in your test, that's great. If you don't meet the requirements, unfortunately, you cannot take the test again for 3 months. So you will need to provide us with an alternative if you don't meet the requirements for the test. So it's really, really important to do as much prep in advance as possible. And as I said, we'll send you through lots and lots of different websites and all the prep information that you need for that. But we do ask for a 6.0, no band less than 5.5.
So there is no opportunity for 5.5 holder whose band is less than 5, right? Is there any pre-sessional English or any types of course that you want to offer for that particular student?
Yeah, there are. So there are pre-sessional English options at Ulster University. I'm going to get up again our exact requirements for that. So yeah, if you don't quite meet the requirements for password, we can offer you pre-sessional English. So we have 2 options for that. We have either a 7-week option or a 12-week option. Unfortunately, for this intake, our application dates have closed. So it wouldn't be possible to do our pre-sessional for September intake, but certainly for next year, for next September, it would be an option. So our 7-week pre-sessional is for 5.5 band students, exactly as you've mentioned. So only 1 band score is acceptable at 5.0. That starts in July. But unfortunately, as I mentioned, the closing date was the 11th of June. We also have a 12-week option. So that's for any students who have scored a 5.0, no band less than 4.5. And the application closing date for that is 7th of May. Now, this year, we can offer that because we are doing our pre-sessional from home. So that is an option. However, when our pre-sessional moves back to being on campus, unfortunately, through the password test, we cannot accept the password test for that. It is for undergraduate students and over. So if you did want to do pre-sessional, you would need to take an Ielts test in order to be able to come to the UK. But because, as I said, because it's online this year, the password test is fine. In normal years, when you're coming to study with us, we'll need an Ielts test. I hope that makes sense.
Okay, from your discussion, I understand that the pre-sessional English course deadline is already over, right?
It is. Unfortunately, the deadline has passed for pre-sessional this year.
Okay. Can you tell me what is your last application deadline for international student?
Yeah, absolutely. So our last application date is the 8th of August. So we
8th of
must get
August.
the 8th of August. So we must get your application in before that date. I would say that is quite late. So if you do want to come and study with us, get your application in as soon as possible. We want to make sure that you have all of the information that you need well in advance before coming to study with us at Ulster.
So I want to mention for our students that the Ulster University application deadline is 8th August. They closing their application deadline in 8th August 2021 for this September intake. Okay. So so can you tell me about the part-time work that students do during their study?
Yeah, of course. So in regards to part-time work and part-time jobs here in the UK, and particularly in Northern Ireland.
It's a Kasti,
Yeah,
it's a most frequently asked question by a
isn't it?
student in our region, that
Yeah,
what are the opportunities? Can
yeah.
you
Okay. So
mention that opportunities?
yeah, absolutely. So part-time jobs are absolutely available here. And what I would say is as we're coming out of this pandemic now, things are starting to open up. Particularly the hospitality sector here in Northern Ireland has many jobs. Unfortunately, at the start of the pandemic, a lot of people in that sector lost their jobs, but now the companies are recruiting again. So there are a lot of opportunities available. And so certainly that sector is very fast growing. Um, there are also a number of other opportunities in different sectors, such as the IT sector that we've mentioned before, call centres, things like that. But our hospitality sector is where the majority of the jobs are at the moment. Um, so we have a fantastic career service as well, who can help guide you through that process in terms of finding a part-time job. But we do find that the majority of our students do seem to find a part-time job very successfully here, which is great, always great.
So I think Belfast have vast of opportunities for the students for part-time work, right?
Yeah, it does. And also within the university, there are some opportunities also. I mean, we're opening our brand new Belfast campus this year, so there will be opportunities to work in the various food outlets in there. And as a team, as a global team, we do recruit students at various points throughout the year to help us. So there are opportunities within the university too.
Okay. Is there any work placement courses available in your university?
Yeah, there are. So a lot of our courses do have a built-in work placement year. That's a lot of our undergraduate courses. And our postgraduate courses, as I mentioned earlier, so for the 2-year options, we have a 3-month either work experience placement or consultancy project for some courses. So we actually offer approximately £2,000 or 2,000 international placements per year, 2,000 placements per year. So as a university, we really focus on job opportunities as you come out of university. We want to equip you for the world of work. The best way to do that is to do a placement. It really is. To have that opportunity available on your CV is really important. So yeah, we do offer a lot of placement opportunities here at Ulster. Obviously, the last year we couldn't facilitate that to the standard that we had before because a lot of jobs were closed. I mean, you can see now I'm at home, but things are really starting to open up here again, which we're so grateful for. So our placement opportunities will be back with a bang next year, no doubt.
Okay, there is lots of opportunities for the international students, I think. So tell me about, do you have or your university have any UK quarantine support fund for the international students?
Yeah, so that's something that is in discussion at the moment. So I
Already,
haven't.
already one of our viewers also questioned that, what about quarantine?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Well,
kindly tell me about
um,
that.
For our previous intake, we did have a quarantine package, and we're looking at offering that again in September. So discussions are ongoing. We'll be able to give you more information about that as soon as possible. But for our quarantine package for our previous intake, we had a number of packages available that started from £249. We have our international student experience team who were on hand to facilitate all of that and always be there for our students if they needed anything. And we also provided food packages and airport pickup as well as part of the quarantine package. So we are looking to offer that again for our September entry.
Okay. So there is also lots of opportunities in those funds factors. I think a student can access your university website and they also let some ideas about that.
Yeah.
So let me moving to another point. There is a opportunity for master's program students that they can travel with their spouses. Kindly tell me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there is an opportunity for that. It's a really good opportunity to apply with if you've got a family. So you can bring dependents to the UK if you are a Tier 4 student and you're a postgraduate student studying full-time course of 12 months or more. Or you are a government-sponsored student who is studying a full-time program of more than 6 months in duration. So if you are planning to bring your family across, we do have accommodation options available. Our international student experience team, who I've mentioned before, who are absolutely amazing and always on hand to help with any inquiries, but they're on hand to help with any queries about schools if you've got young children, or where to live, or any questions like that. They're the team to go to. So again, you can find out more about that on our website, but if you are planning on bringing your family, you need to tell us in advance. So we need to know so that we can fully prepare for your arrival.
Okay, it should be mentioned from the application date or middle of the application when the student get unconditional offer letter or get the cash letter, then should inform that.
Yeah, so I mean, the earlier the better. If you can tell us your application date, that's great. But certainly when you're going through the CAS process, we will need to know then. But as I said, the earlier we know, the better, so we can start preparing for you.
Okay, so the students who wants to go with your spouse, so kindly mention that from the application date or middle of the application.
Absolutely. You can mention that to our team. So I'm in the recruitment team. There are a number of us available. All of our details are on the website, or the admissions team as well. So if you could mention that as soon as possible, we'll be able to guide you in the right direction as early on as we can. We just want to make sure that you're fully prepared. So the earlier we know, the better.
Okay, so one of our viewers, Rakesh Shah, is explaining that the quarantine expense is too much.
Okay, well, that is great feedback, Rakesh, and we do take that on board. I'll certainly share that with the team.
Okay.
In terms of the actual package and what it includes, it is quite reasonable. We're not making any money from that as a university. That's to provide all of the food and travel that you need and board. So that does include your accommodation. I probably should have said. So,
okay,
yeah.
she also mentioned a solution that it should be around £500.
Oh, okay, so it starts from £249. So maybe you misheard me before. It's actually half the price.
I think Mr. Rakesh, you should first attentively hearing the session, then you could understand all the things. Just Kasti already mentioned that it started from £249.
Yeah, so much cheaper, thankfully, Rakesh, than what you've mentioned. So I do think it's good value.
Okay. So what will be the procedure a student should maintain if they are interested to apply in Ulster University? what are the procedure from the application, or what could be the procedure for a student if a student want to study in Ulster University?
Yeah, of course. So first thing you need to do is figure out what you want to study, and you can do that by looking at our website. It's got every single course on there, so I would encourage you to take a really good look at our website. If you're confused maybe about why one course would be better than another, feel free to reach out to us. We'll help guide you through that. We can put you in touch with a current student or potentially with the course director who'll be able to explain the courses to you and the benefits of one over the other a little bit better, because there are a lot of options available, so we want to help guide you through that process. When you do decide on a course, you'll make an application through our website, and do use your counsellor to assist you with that. That's really important, to have that kind of guidance there and support. But all applications are made through the website. Our admissions team will take a look at all of your documents and assess those, and then they'll get back to you with an offer. And once you reach that unconditional offer stage, we do ask for a deposit of £2,000. Once that is paid, we then move through to the CAS stage, so we can start organising your CAS for your visa. So yeah, as I said, the earlier you get your application in with us, the better. Do keep in contact with us throughout your application process. We're always here to help, and that's what our job is. That's what we want to do. So we're here to support you through that.
Okay, one of our viewers also asked a question. What about family quarantine for 3 person? Please let me know.
Okay, absolutely. So that is a question for our international experience team. I do believe that some students who came in our previous intake did bring family. So certainly we'll organise that on a case-by-case basis. But if you are planning to bring family, that's my point from earlier. You need to let us know well in advance so we can prepare for situations like that.
Okay, Kasti, can you tell me about the time frame for conditional offer letter if a student applied to your university? So what would be the time frame for coming the conditional offer letter?
Yeah, so we do things maybe slightly differently here at Ulster. So when you make your initial application, we don't ask you for any documents as part of that. That's a very short, simple application form that you'll send to us. What we'll do then, typically within 2 to 3 days, is send you a general offer. The general offer will include all of the information in regards to exactly what you need to upload as part of your application. So that's everything from your educational documents through to your passport, and English language documents also. So we'll need you to upload that. Once that is uploaded, at the moment we are extremely busy, so timelines are slightly bigger than they would usually be. But we would do aim to get back to you as soon as possible. So what I would encourage you to do, if you've made an application, to reach out to us, and we can follow that up for you to make the process as quick and as smooth as possible. We're always happy to do that. So hopefully that answers the question.
So it could be 24 to 48 hours. The student can get the conditional offer.
Yeah. Now, obviously, once you upload your documents, it's going to take slightly longer than that to assess all of those documents. And as I said, our timelines are a little bit longer at the moment because we are so busy. So if you do want to make an application to Ulster, I would say do that sooner rather than later if you can.
Yeah, I have a student for this intake for university. He's waited too long. So can you? I think the queue is very long for this intake because all of the countries' perspective, the students want to go in UK right now. Also, the students who are refusing in Canada section or USA section, they are also moved to UK section. So the queue is very long. For this reason, I think the university is taking a big time to to assure you a unconditional offer letter, right,
Yeah,
Kirsty?
that's absolutely correct. And it's not just Ulster University, it's every UK university. We are so busy this year. It's one of our busiest years ever. So yeah, things take slightly longer. So make your decision nice and early, get your application in quickly, and we'll assess that for you as quickly as we can. But yeah, be prepared to wait a little bit longer than you usually would.
Okay, great. That's a great information for our viewers, I think. So, most of the students are asking me about PSW.
Okay.
Can you tell me what are the facts that considering in the PSW a student should do usually? Kindly tell about those portion.
Okay, so in regards to PSW, that is completely separate from the university. And so in terms of guidance, I probably can't give you a lot of guidance any more than you can find online. The online guidance is fairly limited too. However, PSW is launching tomorrow. So 1st of July at 9 a.m., PSW is launching. So I expect from tomorrow we will have a lot more information that we can provide to you. But in terms of the general information about PSW, so it was announced in September 2019, and it's available for international students who complete their degree in the UK from summer of 2021. And you must have successfully completed a course of study in the UK at bachelor's degree level or above. And when you're applying to PSW, you must apply from within the UK. So as I said, the applications are opening from tomorrow at 9 for the PSW. So I expect that we'll hear further information about that over the coming weeks.
Okay, so we are coming to a part that is most important in our discussion, that is how life is going in the UK and how the education system going through this pandemic.
Yeah, well, life has been so different for the past year for everyone. For not only the UK, but the whole world. We've all been in this together. So things have been very different. As you can see, and I mentioned earlier before, I'm still working from home. However, a lot of companies are back in the office. They're staggered. They can be maybe in the office 2 to 3 days a week. I am at home because our brand new campus is opening in September, so I'll be moving straight into that campus. In regards to life here, things are starting to open up again, which is brilliant. In terms of the vaccinations, we've now administered over 2 million vaccines, and many of those are double vaccines. So we're really, really fortunate and grateful to be able to do that here. And life for our students has obviously been different. We've adopted a blended learning approach this year, so the majority of lectures have all been online. So it has been difficult and different for students, but the support, is there not only from their course teams, but from our student experience team, from my team as well, to help students through that. But yeah, as I said, luckily things are starting to open up. Next year we are hoping, or from September, Andrew, and we're hoping for a return to campus. That's what we're planning at the moment. And we will still have some lectures online, that is quite typical, but we are planning a return to campus. So we're so excited to be able to do that and to be able to meet our students properly as well. And we're
most of the students already asking me that they should fly or not, or on-campus class is ongoing or not. So I think this message can help our viewers for that particular question they asked. So I think you are hoping that from September the class is happened in the on-campus.
We are, but it's a moving situation. That's what we're hoping for at the moment. We'll obviously update and guide all of our applicants in terms of what is going to happen in September as the weeks progress. But at the moment, yes, that is what we're hoping for.
Okay. Kasti, any other message that you want to share with our students?
Yeah,
Any
so
message? We are
I
almost we are almost in the ending part. So any other message that you want to share with our students, you can tell us.
So we've already mentioned, but the application closing date, it's really, really important. We need to get your applications in on or before the 8th of August. If there are any changes to that, we'll let you know, but that is the situation at the moment. So yeah, most importantly, get your application in. We are on hand to help and support you throughout that process too. So please get in touch with us. All of our information is on the website, and we can share that after the session as well. But yeah, we're just so excited to welcome you here to Ulster University. If you've got any questions at all, please do reach out. Yes, we hope to see you here in September.
So in Bangladesh perspective, we have an agreement with you.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please mention something about us?
So, sorry, could you explain what you mean? Sorry.
In Bangladesh perspective, we have an agreement with you from our side. So could you tell me about our agency that our student could get about that perspective, that
Yeah, absolutely.
you can share a message, you can share a message about our agency or something else you want to share?
Absolutely. So yeah, absolutely. We have such a fantastic relationship with your agency. Your students are always such high quality students. They are fantastic. They're ready to learn. But I would say if you are interested in going through an agency or a counsellor, I would certainly suggest that you go through Pinnacle. They are fantastic. They're always on hand to help students. And we have a great relationship with yourselves. So certainly I would recommend you to any student. As the process for applying to university and for coming to the UK, it can be quite confusing. So it's really important to go through an agency such as yourselves, so you'll be able to assist and guide the students throughout that process, as well as us. It's so important to have you on the ground there as well. So thank you for all of the work that you do for us. We really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, so viewers, I think we give some idea about Ulster University. If you have any question, any further question about Ulster University, kindly knock us in Pinnacle Consultancy Facebook page, WhatsApp, and through phone call as well. So we have also some good news for our students. During pandemic, all the students, those who wants to study in UK, they can connected with us through online counseling. We can arrange it through Zoom or Microsoft Teams or any other social media conversation. So that would be, I think that would be a great opportunity for students, because during pandemic already Bangladesh government implicit lockdown all over the country. So I think that would be a great opportunity for our students. So go grab them and apply in the UK and study in the UK with Ulster University. So, Kasti, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. See you later.
Thank you so much, and thanks to everyone who tuned in today. I hope that was useful, and yeah, thank you. As I said, we hope to see you here at Ulster very soon.